Hi, Dr. Paul Haider, Master Herbalist here. Well, I want to talk today about healing minor and sometimes major aches and pains. And first of all, I want to get into the herbs. Everybody's pulled a muscle or had aches and pains of some kind. And we're human. We can't get around not having those once in a while. And I've used these for myself and lots of people, and they do a great job. And first of all, the herbs, boswellia, really great. If you're using a powder like this is a powerful anti-inflammatory, and probably about a third to a half a teaspoon, twice a day, or taking in the capsules. It usually comes in 250 milligram capsules, 4 of them in the morning, 4 of them at night, and it is really great. It's really what it is frankincense. This is what they gave Jesus when he was born, myrrh and frankincense and gold, and it smells great, and it also has a powerful anti-inflammatory capability, and I think that's what they also used it for too. If you have aches and pains going on, it will get rid of them. Get rid of the redness, the swelling, and the pain. Does a great job. It should be used for about 7 to 10 days, and then take a week off, and then come back and use it again if you need to. I'm just emailing with a friend, Jeremy. If you're listening, this is for you. He just pulled a shoulder muscle, and it's really painful. So that boswellia will help you in great ways. Also, another herb that I like to use is marshmallow root powder or capsules, and marshmallow root is one of my favorite herbs altogether. In fact, I work out a lot. I do 65 pull-ups, 65 push-ups, 100 crunches, and work out with weights, and walk 6 miles a day, actually upped it to 6 miles now, and sometimes I overdo it. And one thing about marshmallow root, which is a nice anti-inflammatory also, it helps to soothe all the mucous membranes in the body, including not only the mucous membranes, but all the membranes in the body in general. So also the sheaths and the coverings, the tissues that cover the muscles and things like that, and it does a great job. And it usually comes in 400 milligram capsules, and I recommend taking 4 in the morning of those capsules and 4 in the evening, and that usually does a great job. In fact, right after working out, like yesterday, working out early in the morning, I take some right away after working out, and it does a great job of preventing the soreness of that workout. So once it gets going, it's a little harder to keep from happening. But if I take the marshmallow root, it prevents it from ever happening in the first place. So, and it does a great job. Also, another one is anti-inflammatory, is nettle, stinging nettle, right there. This is some capsules also. And stinging nettle is another anti-inflammatory which works good for allergies and a plethora of all kinds of different things, and I highly recommend it for a lot of times I feel like an allergy is trying to get me. I take some of this. Also, if I have inflammation going on, I will take some of that, and usually comes in 300 milligram capsules, and or you can buy it in the powder also, and take about a third of a teaspoon in the powder, or about 3 or 4 of the capsules, 300 milligram, twice a day, AM and PM, and that will help get rid of the redness, the swelling, and the irritation, and the pain in general. And that does a great job. It's been around for a long time. Stinging nettle is that plant you find out a lot of times in the Midwest, and you happen to brush up against it, and you feel like you're on fire. But it can actually be eaten also once you wear gloves and collect it and cook it. Then the stinging goes away, and it has lots of great nutrition. That's one other thing. For some people, I recommend devil's claw, which is another plant that grows up in the Pacific Northwest and up into Canada and anywhere there's, like pine trees and that type of thing. And it's devil's claw is that because it has lots of spines on it. It'll really kind of like attack you if you're going through it. It's really tough stuff to get through. But it has wonderful qualities, devil's claw root, and it helps with pain. And that's a wonderful thing. These are 400 milligram capsules, taking from 2 to 4 of them twice a day, maybe even 3 times a day, is a wonderful anti-inflammatory, but mostly a pain reliever, and that's what I recommend it for. A better pain reliever than all those over-the-counter things. Much better than that, without all the side effects. So try some devil's claw. Also, another one is turmeric. And turmeric, I don't have a bottle here with me. I didn't bring it out. But you know what turmeric looks like. A little orange. Looks like curry powder. It usually comes anywhere from 400 to, I've seen 800 milligram capsules. And you can buy it in the powder. Taking a teaspoon 2 or 3 times a day with honey or with juice or something like that. Even turmeric milk you can make with nut milk, and that has been shown to be as effective as all the over-the-counter pain relievers. And it's a great anti-inflammatory. It helps with the swelling and the inflammation, the pain, and the redness, that type of thing. And that really works well for aches and pains also. Also, I like to use, if I really have some kind of ache and pain that's going on and it's really tough to get rid of, these are a big bunch of magnets I have all stacked together. You can see they come apart. They will come apart. But they will stick together. And I take one of these little magnets. This is about 2,000 Gauss, this little tiny magnet here. And I recommend taking anywhere from 2 to 5,000 Gauss and putting them around on your body. Just tape them in place where the pain is, where the inflammation is. And I usually recommend doing that at night because there's really a night is the recuperative time, and when you're running around all the time, you're always hurting that area all the time anyway. But usually at night, allows you to get a more restful sleep, and the pain will stop. And a lot of times I've had, especially when I had a stiff neck in the old days, I would tape in my shoulder areas and on the back of my neck a magnet, and all of a sudden in the morning I would go like this and pop. I'd hear pop, and all the pain would be gone. Something popped back in place, and that was just amazing. It's like, wow, thank you. Really, thank you. Even Dr. Oz talks about magnets. It doesn't have to be any particular pole. They thought it had to be a particular north or south side towards the skin. No. And you can find healing magnets online. Just look them up. And lots of people use them, and I've been using them for years upon years, and great success. You can even find jewelry out there that's made with magnets in it, copper bracelets for arthritis, and copper also works well too. That's another thing that I like to wear. Copper bracelets, they found it works, actually helps with inflammation, so that's another thing. And wearing a magnetic jewelry also helps. If you have a foot that's bothering you, a little ankle bracelet made out of magnetic jewelry, wrist is bothering you, a bangle on your wrist, a bracelet there that will help. So it really does work, there's no doubt about it. Hot and cold packs. I mean, if you do therapy of any kind, they get out the little Dixie cups that are frozen, they tear them down, and they rub over the area, the cold, and then they do the hot, put a hot pack on there. And you can do that. What I take usually to make a hot pack is to take a sock and fill it with beans and then put it in a microwave, and it'll hold heat really well, and will last for a long, long time. And then once it gets, you know, the heat goes out of it, stick it back in the microwave. That's one good use for a microwave. It really does a great job. So alternating that every 10, 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, depends on how long your cold or hot lasts, and going back and forth until you find some relief. Also, having an affirmation, you know, just to say, this pain's going to be gone. I'm not going to have this pain anymore, and don't allow yourself to, you know, get caught in this suffering mode, you know. You say, nope, not going to go there anymore, I'm not going to have this pain. And I think that's very important. We have to get this mindset going that this pain is going to be gone and I'm going to be totally free. Also, hands-on healing. You know, one time I tore my rotator cuff here on this shoulder, and or this shoulder, I can't remember. No, it was this one. It was all healed up. I don't remember. I would put my hand on my shoulder like this, and see white light coming in to my head and through my arm and into that area, and see that area which is inflamed. I would see in my mind's eye, I would see red, and just see white light come in, and the red just start disappearing. Just breathing in, breathing out, and sending that vibration into that area and healing it. And I never did any kind of rotator cuff repair. No, I just did my own healing. And I can do great on both arms now. And so just allowing ourselves to know you can do healing. You have that capability. And also prayer. You know, pray that, you know, I will be whole and I will be totally pain-free and be back to totally feeling great, and know that that is going to happen. I think that's absolutely powerful also. So try all these methods, try different things, find which ones work best for you. You know, we're all different people, and particular herbs, some of them work for some people, some of them don't. Just like some antidepressants don't work for some people, some antibiotics don't work for some people. The same goes for herbs, and so I think you need to try them because we're all slightly different. And as always, I hope that you will subscribe, and also if you care to make a donation down below, I really appreciate that. And one more thing, diet is really important. Going on a whole foods, plant-based diet. You know, you probably have a lot of inflammation going on because you're eating a lot of animal protein, and animal protein causes acid in the body, and acid causes inflammation. Once you give all that up and go on my whole foods plant-based diet, you can look that up. You can Google that, Dr. Paul Haider on whole foods plant-based diet. You'll find that, boy, I just don't get problems on the average anymore in the way of aches and pains because I don't have inflammation going on. So that's really, really, really important. So start your whole foods plant-based diet. In fact, one of my friends, Fred, he just was diagnosed with occlusions, almost total occlusions of 3 coronary arteries, and that's not good. So he's looking for ways to heal those coronaries, and we know that going on a whole foods plant-based diet, we can actually open up those arteries on the heart in 30 days. This is science. We know that for sure. Anyway, have a wonderful day. I love you.